Shalom, everyone. So we're beginning a new book of the Bible, the third book of the Torah, Va-Yikra, Leviticus. And in this week's Parsha, it begins with attention not only to what gets said, but how it gets said. Listen to how the book begins. Va-Yikra el Moshe, Vaydaber Adonai elav me'ohel moed lemor. God calls to Moses and speaks to him out of the tent of meeting, saying, 3 times God seems to open up about to talk. God calls, God speaks to Moses, God says. So the rabbis ask, why all this repetition? Why doesn't just God say? Why all this preliminary calling and speaking and saying? And the answer that they give is that God doesn't want to scare Moses. That not only the content of the message, but the way it gets delivered can either open the human heart to what needs to be communicated or can shut us down or make us defensive. And so we're responsible not only for what we're going to say, but how we say it. Can we speak to each other with words and tones and content that makes it possible for the other person to actually receive our message? Or is our language going to be so caustic and crude and brutal and harsh that they just shut down or put up a shell to fight back? We have a choice in how we communicate. And what Va-Yikra opens us by telling us is that it's not only what we say, it's how we say it. So God first lets Moses know that there's going to be a conversation. And then God reaches out to be able to bring Moses into the conversation. And only after all of that is done does God launch on the content. And we too can do the same, to be able to speak to each other in ways that invite the other in to a dialogue back and forth, rather than to set them on edge and make them think that what's about to follow is a disaster they need to defend themselves against. How we speak, not just what we say. Shalom.